Are you a coach, a healer, a visionary called to create transformation and be at the leading edge of the acceleration of our times? And you want to have an amazing, thriving business doing it? But maybe you don't have all the clients that you want. If you're a coach or a healer, an expert growing a business online, it can be easy to feel like you're lost in the noise, or to feel like you're doing everything possible and still not getting all the clients, income, revenue, acceleration that you want. That's what we're talking about today. So if you are a coach, a healer, a light worker, a visionary, an expert, and you know that there's impact to be made, sharing your message, sharing the transformation that you help others to have online, being highly visible in a business, driven by your calling, led by your calling, but you don't have the momentum, all the clients that you want. That's what I'm talking about today. We're here for this week's Give Voice to Your Vision, where we stop the spinning wheel, we get real, so it is clarity you feel. We talk visibility to profitability, visibility to real clients, income, and impact here. Welcome. I'm excited to dive in. I have a lot to go on. We're doing some up-leveling my tech skills, and I've got a full-on training for you today. So stick with me. Hashtag your takeaways in the comments when you're here live. That allows me to answer you in real time, or at least at the end of the call. And it also helps others to see this training. We are talking about why many coaches, healers, lightworkers, visionaries may not have all the clients you want. I promised to teach you today this number one mistake that keeps you from having all the clients, income, and impact you want. We're going to talk about the real reasons that it's very easy to make this mistake. And many, if not most people do until they get wise to themselves and often have support. And we're also going to talk about how do you shift? How do you shift from that easy to make mistake so that you can serve many, uplift others, and do it creating the income you want in order to have the business you want to make the difference you feel called to make. So I'm going to dive right in. If you're here, please say hi. Let me know where you are. I'll always come back and check the comments. And if you have questions as we go, I want to hear that. I also want you to know right up the top, I'm going to tell you what this first mistake is. We're going to start with the number one mistake. And I have a special opportunity. If you decide you want to work with me and have some support on that mistake, we're doing a special workshop coming up. So I'm going to give you the information on that as well. Super affordable, total game changer for your business, for your content creation, for your clarity, and for your offers inviting, which means your income. All right. That's why we start everything in this foundation. And that's what I'm talking to you about today. So we're going to dive right into the number one mistake that keeps most purpose-led experts, healers, lightworkers, coaches from having all the clients they want. Here it is. You ready? Get your pencils. All right. It is not making offers. We feel weird about it, okay? Or we feel like we're doing everything, or there's a million different things that we need to do before we can make an offer, because we don't want to be salesy weirdos, right? So I'm going to talk to you about how I reframe that. We're going to reframe that for you right now. And I like to think, to help you think about making inspired offers. This means you have received what you're called to do. Your inspiration is something you receive. And so your offers are operating at the highest frequency possible. This is the highest level transformation you can bring. And it's for the greatest good of all, including your potential clients, whether they sign up or not, and the impact that you're called to make, your own thriving, well-being, business impact, etc. So making inspired offers is how I'm going to frame this up for you. And then we need to make offers consistently. Okay. We make offers consistently. And so how do you do that? It's very easy to feel like I don't have anybody to make offers to, or I don't want to be like, buy this, buy that, buy this. So what is an offer? An offer is the sales conversation is actually a moment of listening, and deep clarity can emerge whether they sign up with you or not, right? So you need to have whatever you want to have. I don't like the word need. When you have all that you're doing in your business leading toward your highest transformation offer, everything gets simplified. What you should be doing all day gets simplified and clarified. And your marketing, your visibility, your content creation, all of those things start to work better and be more effective. Because why? They're leading to what I call your highest transformation offer. We'll talk a little bit more about how you can figure out what that is and why I think it's important. All right. So the number one mistake that we make is we don't make offers. We're not sure how to make offers, when to make offers, what that even means. How do we do it so it's not creepy? And we don't want to be like, buy this, buy this, buy this, right? So how do you do that? So getting some confidence, clarity, training, role playing, having a safe container to voice your offer, and starting to crafting the promise of your offer, the language of your clients, the results that they get, crafting the promise of your offer, and then having all of your marketing, your visibility, your showing up, your posts, your emails, your books, your speaking, and your podcasts, and your YouTube channel, and all those things. Weaving in the messaging around those high value promises means that everything you're doing starts to lead toward the next natural step in a conversation, which is to make an invitation. I have this thing that helps you get this result, and that result, and that result that you said you want. Do you want to hear about it? That's that easy. That's it. All right. So the number one mistake is not making offers. We've just talked about how you can make inspired offers and how you can make offers consistently. This is when your content creation, your visibility, and all of the things you're doing to get visible and get clients are leading to, and you know how they're leading to, you're intentionally leading to that highest transformation offer. All right. So now why don't we do it? I've already touched on some of the reasons why we don't do it. We're going to cover them here, right? The real reasons it's easy to make this mistake of not making offers. Okay. The real reasons you may not be making offers as consistently, effectively, and as often as you could be, and need to be if you want to have a thriving business. And that is, as I've already touched on, the first real reason is that we don't feel clear. Okay. We've also been taught and told that we need to have all these different levels of offers. We need to have an introductory offer, and then they need to go to the middle offer, and then they need to go to the highest offer. And sometimes we make the introductory offer and we don't get the sales or enrollment that we want. So we shift. Well, that didn't work. I'm going to do this. My challenge didn't work. I'll try a workshop. My workshop didn't work. I'll try a masterclass. And instead of honing in on the promise and the language and the pieces of the puzzle that lead to each of these things, right? So I call it, that is where your lack of clarity comes in. This is why we always start in everything we do with our clients is we start with offers. And I'm not talking like your low, middle, high. Those are good things to have in your ongoing sustainable business. But if you want to quickly accelerate your revenue, I'm talking about articulating your highest transformation offer. And that is what we're going to do together in a small group in the Inspired Offers Workshop. I'm going to share the link for that. It's a very affordable way to transform your business and your bottom line. I'm going to share the link to that. You'll see links in the group if you're in my Facebook group already, and I'll post them here in a minute. All right. Clarifying the language. Why? When you clarify the high value transformation offer, right? The highest transformation, you offer them the full meal deal instead of this Band-Aid and this piece of the puzzle and this piece of the puzzle and this little thing that they need and this other thing that's going to help them, right? There's all kinds of reasons why we do that. Oh, it's going to be easier to sell. We've been taught to have that low, middle, high, and I have to bring people through. I have to earn their trust and work with me a little bit and then work a little bit more and then work a little bit more. And those are good tools. Those are great tools. I'm not knocking them, but they often keep us getting stuck in the small stuff. All right. And you can own your shit, own your value, own who you are, and have the support you need to articulate it so that you have that highest transformation, those promises of working with you, the real, when people get the whole enchilada. And then when you know those things and you're crafting your content or your workshops or your little things From that, you know where you're leading. It clarifies everything, and it makes those conversations the next natural step. It makes it awkward not to make that offer because you learn how to position it so well and so naturally in service, okay? In service. So lack of clarity, not knowing the language of your client, not knowing, what your highest transformation is, not having aligned pricing, etc. Okay, is one reason. The other reason is what I call scattershot visibility. I have 10,000 followers and no clients. I'm visible on every single platform I can think of. I'm doing TikTok, I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing Instagram, I'm doing Facebook, and I'm posting everywhere. But those posting and that content isn't leading to what? Your highest transformation offer. You're not seeding it, keeping that in mind, being crystal clear on who you work with, what you want to do. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you the secret hack so that you don't have to get stuck in the niche confusion circle or in the content creation loop. Okay. Scattershot visibility is visibility everywhere, but not having a plan, a streamlined, simplified plan so that all that you're doing leads to one path. All right. Brings your ideal client in for your highest transformation offer. Even if you do have those little offers, it's got to lead to that. If you want to have a sustainable business, that's the third thing we're going to talk about today. I'm covering a lot. Stay with me. All right. Another mistake. So the real reasons we don't make offers consistently, effectively, and often as we can is that we're not clear on what our offer is, the promise of it, the pricing of it, how to position and market and talk about it without selling, to paint the value. We lack clarity, right? The other thing is that we're visible everywhere without a streamlined plan to lead people to that highest level transformation. And then what I call the small potatoes plan. I'm going to do this $7 thing and this $27 thing and this $97 thing and this $497 thing, right? Feeling like we have to earn their trust, and that how is that the only way that you buy? Do you buy a Kia? Because you have to, do you buy the cheapest car possible, or do you save up and buy the car that you want for your family, or do you feel like you have to buy every little car along the way before you can have the Mercedes or whatever you want? I'm not really a car person. I'm not sure why I'm doing car analogies right now, but you understand what I'm saying. That's not how you buy, but that's how we do it, because we're a little vulnerable around selling, a little vulnerable around pricing, and we feel like we have to earn our cred. We have to prove our worth. You have nothing to prove. You're worthy because you exist. That is a premise, a foundational belief for your inspired offer. All right. And the real reasons we don't: lack of clarity. We don't know what to talk about, how to get leads, how to get people on the phone, how to articulate that offer, how to talk to people in a way that has them ready to say, you know what? Yeah, I want to hear more about that. Right? Yeah, I do want to sign up. Right? So those are the things that we avoid by getting visible. We say, well, I can't do that until I have a huge following, or I'm being visible, but nobody's saying, hey, can I find out about working with you? We have to say, are you interested? We do have to invite, and having a small potatoes plan where we're so busy. We're going to talk about how to figure that out if you're doing that. Doing a bunch of little things that are supposed to lead to this thing that's actually going to grow a sustaining business, but we're so busy in the details that we never get to the big thing, or we lose focus and we get exhausted, burn out, frustrated. We feel like we're doing everything and not getting results, when we're really just doing everything that's spreading ourselves too thin. We're focused on too many little details, and we don't have that big vision, that highest transformation offer, to keep us focusing enough to have. This is big. Write this down. Have an expanded vision instead of trying to have expanded action. Think about it. All right. Try and keep moving here. And so one of the things that happens, one of the important real reasons is resistance. And I'm going to tell you flat out, if you're too busy to have some conversations, and if you don't have a streamlined system and approach for how all this busyness is actually leading to clients signing up for the highest transformation, that busyness is a form of resistance. And confusion. This is one of my faves. If I feel like I'm confused, I don't have clarity, often that is my resistance. It is resistance wants me to play it a little bit small, thinking that that's going to be safe, or that there's going to be some moment of total white light experience that's going to help me to go, this is it. And it's going to be a once and for all thing. And then I forever soar off into full fulfillment and unlimited wealth, right? It happens in a moment. So the resistance is that I'm too busy or I'm doing everything I can. It's the way we're thinking. It's the way we're focusing our attention. And it's tricky. It gets in there and says, I'm so busy. I call it, you wake up on Monday and you've got renewed hope, or you've been working all weekend and you're building funnels and launches and websites and programs and course materials, and you're doing posts and you're doing lives, and you're doing interviews and you're doing summits and you're doing webinars and you're doing all the things and you're busy. You're like, okay, wait, I made $4,000, after all this work, or I haven't had a sale in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, right? And you wake up and you've been so busy. You're so like, I'm gonna do it. And then you wake up and you're like, what did I even do this week? What happened? And why am I still having, not as many zeros in the bank as I want? I call it the entrepreneurial blackout. You just get so busy doing without rising up and clarifying and having the support to receive inspiration and flow that message out there and lead to the highest transformation offer. Okay. Resistance is tricky. Resistance is futile. And yet it is human. It is teaching us. It is showing us our edge. It's a way that we help the universe to expand. So it's to be expected. It's just a matter of recognizing it and having the support and clarity you need to shift through it as quickly as possible, which is one of the things that I promised to talk to you about today. So I'm going to keep going. All right. This is your new mantra. This is how we approach accelerated revenue. And the revenue, it's not about the money, but it's all about the money. So you're generating significant income from your calling, from your purpose, from the work you're meant to do, means that you're lining up with the truth of who you are at the highest frequency and showing up to serve at the highest level, right? And so the work is internal as well as external and action-based, right? So we create revenue because it is measurable. And the fact of the matter is, without income and treating your business like a business, you don't have a business. I said for years, I ran a business and it was basically just supporting my coaching habit, barely, because it was exhausting and I didn't have enough revenue to actually create the business that I want to make the impact that I wanted. So we use income here as a beacon, as a marker, as a clarifier, as a focal point. And the more income you make, the more you're showing up to serve at the highest level with the truth of who you are. All right. And you making lots of zeros doesn't keep anybody else from making zeros. All right. And we get hinky about the money, right? We know where that baggage comes from. It's our work to transcend it. Okay. So that's just some of the ways that resistance can get in there and muck up the works. All right. So here's a new mantra for you. This is how we approach getting clear and taking action. We say, transformation happens through implementation. So I want you to start to think about, what would I need to do to get clients in order to get clear, instead of trying to get clear so that you can get clients. I want you to flip it. I'd love to hear in the comments what works for you around that. What do you think about that? How do you do it? What are your questions? Hi, Lauren. It's so good to see you. My video is not freezing here, but I'm glad you're here. All right. So I want you to think about what would I need to do? What support do I need to have? What clarity do I need to have to design an offer, to show up and be ready to make that offer, have my content leading to that invitation so that I can just go, I'm going to go get some clients and let the clarity that emerges through the process of implementation come. All right. It's a great way to simplify and streamline, and probably to stop doing all the 50 million things. Pick the ones that are most fun, most aligned, have the most momentum, feel the best to you to do, and focus so that have that content that you're creating start to lead to offers and invitations. All right. So I'm going back to my banners. Get clients to get clear instead of trying to get clear so that you can get clients. We're going to shift that even one more time in our third section here today. All right. This is where I promise to help you to share the best way for you to shift from I don't know about offers. I'm not leading to offers. I'm not sure about offers. I'm not making enough offers. People aren't saying yes to my offers. I'm not sure how to make an offer. I'm not sure when to invite. I don't want to be a salesy weirdo. What if they judge me? What if I can't get them results? All that stuff we all navigate, right? So that you can serve bigger. The more income and people you have signing up, that means they're getting the higher transformation. It means your business is getting the income it needs so that it can expand. It means maybe you can have a little bit of support underneath you so that you're not doing every single thing and swimming in the field of busy, right? And then you're thriving. The more successful your business is, the more you can help others. And that doesn't just mean the people that sign up. It's your marketing, it's your messaging, it's your speaking, it's your content. That is going out to the world, and it's going to make a bigger difference than you will ever know. And you'll be supported and uplifted. You'll have the mentoring you want and the team that you want and the energy that you want. So you can start to scaffold yourself up and focus on the things that you're here to do, most here to do. Expand your vision, not your action. All right. So the third part I want to do, I'm even going to share some slides with you today. I went off. All right. So the best way to shift so that you can serve bigger, increase your income and impact so that you are thriving. All right. This is it. It is to design your offer to grow the business you want. And I'm actually going to jump into a little bit of my one of my master classes. If you haven't come to the Frequency Factor Masterclass and you want to, please DM me or comment below and I will get you into the next one. Okay. My gift, business model math. So StreamYard is going to let me actually share slides with you today. It is very exciting. Let's see what happens if I can figure it out. Share screen window. Here it is. We are going to do some business model math. I'm actually going to walk you right through this. Okay. Some business model math. What is that, Michelle? All right, let's see if I can move through slides here. Oh, I have to move through slides over here. All right. So your business model math, let me see if I can do it. There we go, is your desired revenue. I'm going to just go back so we can take it a step at a time. So now we're going to talk about what this means. A lot of people talk about six figures. I have a 6-figure revenue blueprint. Somebody just signed up for one of those yesterday. So the desired revenue has to include the business that you want. We're gonna look at that in just a second. So how much money do you want? We're gonna get you clear on that in just a second. And then it is, what is the pricing? How are you going to price your offers and invitations so that they're based in the value of the results that people will get and they're supporting the business that you want, right? And then the third thing, and we forget about this, we underestimate this because we just don't know what we don't know. And the third thing is capacity. Okay, so this is my problem with the small potatoes plan. Okay, it's great to have a small offer and get a bunch of people in to experience you. We're doing that these days with free content all the time anyway. But the capacity is something that we don't often factor in because we think, oh, well, if I have $1,000 thing and I get 100 people to buy it, then I've made 6 figures, right? And that seems easy because $1,000 isn't that much. I know I can deliver that value. And so it seems like it's going to be easier. This is the small potatoes plan, because the reality of having the momentum, the impact, the systems, the sales process, the digital assets, if you're going to try and get digital, your landing pages and your opt-in pages and all that stuff to convert is much trickier than they paint it out to be. And so much can happen with just a simple conversation and visibility, right? So the capacity that you need to consider not is just in how you can deliver it, but how you're going to keep filling it. Okay, so the marketing and the outgoing and the outreaching and how are you going to get those 100 people? Okay, so it's not just your capacity to deliver it. Oh man, if I could just have 10 one-on-one clients at $50,000 a year, that would be my business model. Well, first of all, until you've delivered a $50,000 coaching package, which I do, that is a lot of access. I have my head in your business the whole time. Until you've done that, you may not recognize how much of your heart and soul and time and attention and creative energy that takes. That's part of your capacity. All right. And then there's the other part of capacity. It's not just the deliverables, but it's keeping the pipeline full with others. And that's where the work is, right? Your focus as a CEO for a while is not to get more certifications and get better at your process. It's actually the marketing and the messaging that you're using to fill and create those sales so that your business is thriving. And then it supports you in those other trainings that you want to do and these kinds of things. So the capacity is complicated and we don't think about it. I know I certainly didn't. I started out with like, I'm going to do a $200 pilot. And then I did $1,000 thing. And then I raised it to $19.97 once it was proven. And then I kind of flummoxed. I wobbled in this, I worked super hard and it came, had that first $98,000 year, but I was completely exhausted. And so I propose that highest transformation offer is the way to go. Your business model math, how much money do you want to make? What are you going to price your offer at? And what is your capacity not only to deliver it, but to keep people coming into the pipeline to keep filling it? Okay, this is where we want to get these magic funnels with the automated things and have just people showing up to buy. And let me tell you, it's taken me 10 years to get that. And the way that I've made those digital assets convert better is by talking to people and focusing on the highest level transformation all day long. That is why we focus on implementation, simple implementation, and creating the revenue you need in order to make the impact that you feel called to make. Okay, so what is business model math? Let's do some. I'm sharing my screen, so I think I can do it here. So do you want a six-figure business? Everybody talks about it, right? What are you going to do to get a six? If I could just make $100,000, then woo, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? Do you want $100,000 in revenue or do you want $100,000 in your pocket? I keep trying to click the StreamYard screen. Right? There's a difference. And the fact of the matter is when you start to have what I call business model mindset, I don't think we have time to cover that today, but you can come to class if you want to, just let me know. Then you start to think about what revenue does my business need to create? And also then how much of that do I want to be taking home? It's a big shift. It's one of the keys to your big shift that you can have right now. Okay, so what do you mean? What is six figures to you? And I'll tell you my experience and all the amazing people that I've talked to is that up to that first six figures, it's a hustle. There's a lot of moving parts. You're swimming as fast as you can and actually having $200,000 to $300,000 in revenue is when you can start to have enough support and enough moving parts in place to keep the pipeline coming. Or at least you know what to do to turn it on and to have to find your stride and have a business that you trust more, that's got enough revenue coming in consistently enough for you to go, okay, now I can have this level of support, or now I can add this piece of the thing, or now we can add a team member to help with this, right? And then it's much easier to run a business that's got a little bit more resources than it is to just do everything yourself and to go from, I just need to get a few more clients instead of I'm growing a business that can do this. Okay. So how much revenue do you really want? That's how you got to talk about your desired revenue. Okay. So we're going to use six figures because everybody does. And it's just such a nice round number. And it's a massively awesome milestone. Okay. And so it's so simple. Grab a pen and paper, write down $100,000. And then think of your highest transformation offer. And if you don't know what that is, please consider coming to our Inspired Offer Workshop. And that highest transformation offer, that means what is it? Who's it for? How much is it? Right now, I want you to think about how much you offer it for. Is it a $5,000 package, a $10,000, a $2,000? What is your highest level thing? Okay, so you're going to take $100,000 and you're going to divide it by the price of your main offer, your primary offer, your top offer. And that is going to give you a number. And it's going to tell you how many clients you need in order to reach that revenue goal. So, for example, if you have a $20,000 offer, you need 5 clients. If you have 20,000, what does that say? A $5,000 offer with 20 clients, you make $100,000, right? 50 sales at $2,000, that's $100,000. I think my picture's going to be in this. The bottom one is 100 sales at $1,000 each for $100,000. So Think about it. Ask yourself, how many clients have you had recently? How many clients have you had in the last year? Have you enrolled and signed up in the last year? Okay. And, so is it 100? Are you signing up 100 people? Do you have that level of audience, that clarity on your messaging, that dialed in product and all the marketing materials dialed in so that you can keep filling and doing that 100 people through your business, through your beautiful messaging into that $1,000 offer? This is where we think I'm going to have a membership site and I'm going to make it so affordable so I can help tons of people, without understanding what's involved in filling and selling that membership site over and over and over again. It's a beautiful thing, but it's not the fastest path to cash most often. Okay. To quote my mentor. All right. So believe it or not, when you line up with your highest transformation offer, it just might be easier for you to get 5 $20,000 clients than 100 $1,000 clients because of the volume, because of your capacity. All right. Ooh, she says the truth. So that is our stop sharing. I'll figure that out. And so the last thing that I wanted you to know today, we're talking about, so make that highest transformation offer. Okay. I'm going to share these 3 essential truths about your offer. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to join us for this workshop. It's the best $200 that you'll ever spend. And it's limited. We've only got 15 spots left. So here are 3 essential truths about your offer. Okay. Invitations, that moment where you have somebody who joins you to find out. I love doing our accelerator conversations. We have an accelerator. The promise is real revenue. And whether they sign up or not, people start thinking bigger. They really meet their edge of like, what is it that I'm creating? And what do I want to do? And what is possible for me? And what support do I need? Right? It's a transformational conversation, whether they sign up or not. Okay, I'm not invested in that. I'm stoked when people do, because I know what's going to happen for them and I see what we can help them do. But that's not my job. That's their job. Your job is to hold that container, to welcome them into that level of clarity. And it is transformational for them. It is also probably transformational for you, because you get to step into the truth of who you are. You get to hold your high value. You get to articulate your message, learn, hear, listen, discover their words, and you get to show up and play all in, full size, owning your value, not your value of yourself, but the value of the results you help them get. And almost always going to learn something, have a chance to meet your own edge and expand as you're showing up to that conversation too. Number 2 of the 3 essential truths about making offers, that enrollment conversation is a sacred moment. You're holding a container for them to consider having what they want, for them to grow their vision of what they think is possible for them, and to feel into the reality that they really can have what they want. This is a gift. This is a gift. This is a sacred moment. You get to hold that sacred witness. I call it transformative witnessing. We do it in all our programs, the way we listen, the way we hold that container, and you're inviting them to step into the truth of who they are and to have the support toward having the life, the health, the well-being, the business, the income, the visibility, whatever it is that they want. And that is a sacred moment. Again, whether they sign up or not. Now, here's the bad news. The harsh news, the harsh essential truth. If you don't make offers, you don't get clients, and you don't have a business. Your business is a hobby supporting your coaching habit, like mine was. Okay, so that is why your offers are so important. We have talked a lot today. I went fast. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm going to check the comments. I want to know that you're here. Business model mindset, Lauren, I love it. Awesome. And I want to make sure that you have a link for those of you who are considering joining us in the Inspired Offer Workshop. So to recap, we are here to talk about why so many coaches, purpose-led, visionary, light worker, healer, entrepreneurs don't have all the clients they want. And the number one mistake is that they aren't making offers as consistently, effectively, or often as they could be. The real reason that they don't make those offers is usually lack of clarity about what you're offering or how to position it or make it. We get into scattershot visibility where we're doing all the things, but it's not leading to offers and invitations Maybe we're in the small potatoes plan where we're going to do the little thing to the littler thing to the bigger thing to the bigger thing and earn our right, instead of saying, here's the transformation that you really want, which is actually easier to sell, and that we always have all kinds of forms of resistance. All right. And then the third one was to shift. And how do you shift? You step into your business model mindset. You do your business model math so that you're designing your business, your offer, based on the revenue that you want and the impact you want and the transformation that you want, so that you're designing an offer, I forgot my words. Just to recap, the capacity issue, that business model math, you're designing your offer based on the revenue you want your business to make, and the pricing that you choose to have. You're crafting an offer that is going to be sustainable in terms of the capacity that you have, not only to deliver it, but to fill it. Okay. And then we went through the 3 essential truths. So that is our training today. Welcome. Congratulations. If you come back and watch the replay, I want you to hashtag replay and share those takeaways with us. That allows other people to benefit more. And I also promise, I think I put it here in my private chat, to post a link for those of you who want to join the Inspired Offers Workshop. It's coming up a week from tomorrow. It's a half-day immersion. This is a small group. We don't let more than 30 people in there so that we can actually really push up our sleeves and help you not, up level your offer, really step into that business model math of what it is you want to create. And then we help you to dial in the promises and the language of that offer, which is going to help you. We also help you learn how do you take the promises of that highest level offer and use them to constantly, continually create, add value to your audience and create your content. But by focusing on those 3 main promises, one of the main things we do in everything I sell and offer and help people with is craft and up level this offer, right? But I've provided value with you talking about that. And we have a very affordable workshop if you want to come. So how can you do that? We teach you how to start doing that by helping you craft that inspired offer. We let you give voice to that offer. We let you workshop it in the group, in small groups with your colleagues and peers, so that you can actually speak it and own it and claim it, get feedback in real time so that it gets better and better and better, easier and easier and easier for you to do, and more lined in, tuned in, trustworthy, so that you can go out in the world and make those offers. Okay. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to hop into the comments and I'm going to post. This is just a link. It's very simple. Everything you get is, I think it's posting. There we go. It's going to tell you what we're going to do in the workshop. And then you also get access to my Inspired Revenue roadmap, Inspired Visibility roadmap, which is the foundation of the frequency factor approach, my frequency factor approach to business growth, marketing, and messaging, marketing from the inside out. What is an inspired offer? What is inspired selling? What is inspired presence? And how do you get some? All right. So it's a quick training that you can go through before we work together to really get this foundation of alignment, inspiration, the fullness of who you are in your business, in your marketing, in your messaging, and in your offers, as well as access to that masterclass that I mentioned to you as well. So it's a double whammy. This training bundle can help you easily create that 6-figure plan in the next, couple of days. Well, I guess the workshop's next Friday. So at the end of that workshop, you're going to have a really clear plan of what needs to happen and what's going to help you get there. All right. So if this has been valuable today, please let me know in the comments. That is your tuition, the price of attendance, and it also lets other people know your takeaways, what's been valuable for you, and then shows the algorithm that people are watching and engaging, and that's going to help that algorithm show this training to more people. All right, so thanks for that, and reach out to me in the DMs on Facebook or in the comments on YouTube anytime. If you have questions about this workshop or how our next accelerator, which is coming up in a couple of weeks as well, to create a minimum of 20K in 90 days, depending on where you are in your business. And I will see you next week on Give Voice to Your Vision. Thanks for being here.